Iran sees weakness. That is the danger right now. Not just weakness from Trump, not just weakness from Congress, not just weakness from Europe. Iran sees weakness across the West. And if we do not change our thinking fast, Iran may come out of this crisis stronger than before. That is the part too many people still do not understand. This is not about defending Trump. Trump made the mess. But Iran is the threat. He may have underestimated Iran. He may have gone in without a real plan. And he may have thought Iran would fold quickly, but Iran did not fold. And now the question is not whether Trump handled this well. He did not. We all understand that. The question is what happens next. Because if America walks away now, Iran does not see restraint. Iran sees victory. If Congress ties America's hands before the crisis is resolved, Iran does not hear wisdom. Iran hears division. If Europe criticizes from the sidelines but refuses to act, Iran does not see diplomacy. Iran sees fear. And if the Gulf states pressure America to stop while Iran keeps gaining leverage, Iran sees hesitation. That is how our enemies think. They do not look at this the way cable news does. They do not care who scored the best political talking point. They watch power. They watch will. They watch whether the West starts something difficult and then loses its nerve. And right now, Iran believes it may be in the driver's seat. That should alarm everyone, because walking away from Iran now is not peace. It is weakness. It may feel like avoiding war. It may feel like pulling back from danger. But if the result is a stronger Iran, a stronger IRGC, a more threatened Strait of Hormuz, and a nuclear program that still has not been stopped, an Iran with sanctions lifted, and an Iran with a lot more cash in its hands, then we did not avoid danger. We postponed it, and we made it worse. Worse for the U.S., worse for the West, and worse for the world, and sadly, worse for the Iranians trying to get out from under these terrorist monsters. That is the mistake we cannot make. Iran is not going back to the old position. The old situation is gone. It has passed into history. Iran has tested the United States. It has tested Trump. It has tested Congress. It has tested Europe. It has tested the Gulf states. And if the answer from the West is confusion, division, and retreat, Iran will learn the lesson very clearly. Pressure works, delay works, threats work, wait out American politics, and America backs down. That is a catastrophic message to send. This is why the congressional vote matters so much. I understand why people do not want another Middle East war. I do not want one either. Nobody serious should want war. But nobody serious should pretend that tying America's hands automatically creates peace, because Iran hears something very different. Iran hears that American politics may do what Iranian pressure could not. Iran hears that America is divided enough to be waited out. Iran hears that the West may not have the will to finish anything difficult. That is extremely dangerous, and Europe needs to wake up too. This is not only America's problem. If Iran controls or threatens the flow of oil, everyone pays. If the IRGC grows stronger, the region becomes more dangerous. If Iran moves closer to or obtains nuclear weapons, the entire world becomes less safe. And if the West lets Iran win, because everyone is too busy blaming Trump, history will not care who had the better political argument. History will remember that the West saw the danger and looked away. That is why we need to change our thinking. The question is not, do you like Trump? The question is not, did Trump handle this well? The question is not, who gets blamed on television tonight? The question is, does America leave this crisis stronger or weaker? Does Iran leave this crisis stronger or weaker? Does the IRGC get rewarded or punished? Does Hormuz become safer or more dangerous? Does the nuclear threat get reduced or grow? Those are the real questions. And right now, too many people are asking the wrong ones. They're so focused on Trump losing politically that they are ignoring the possibility that America could lose strategically. That is unacceptable. And frankly, that is unpatriotic. You can oppose Trump's mistakes and still refuse to let Iran win. You can criticize the war planning and still understand that walking away now may create a much bigger crisis later. You can hate how we got here and still understand that we are here. And once you're here, you have to deal with reality. The reality is this: Iran sees weakness. Iran sees division. Iran sees hesitation. And Iran believes the West may not have the stomach to finish this, so the West has to prove otherwise. Not recklessly, not emotionally, not without a plan, but clearly. America and its allies need a serious strategy. The Gulf states need to stop pretending this is only America's burden. Europe needs to stop acting like criticism is a policy. Congress needs to understand that sending weakness in the middle of a crisis can make the crisis worse. And Trump needs to understand that if he started this, he cannot simply walk away and leave America weaker than before. Because if Iran walks away stronger, this was not diplomacy, it was failure. If the IRGC walks away stronger, this was not restraint, it was surrender. And if the West walks away divided, humiliated, and afraid to act, then Iran will have learned exactly the lesson we should never want them to learn. That the West can be pushed, that America can be waited out, that threats work, that division wins. That is why this moment matters. Iran sees weakness, and unless the West changes course fast, Iran may turn that weakness into victory. That cannot be allowed to happen. I hope this video gives you a new perspective on what the real dangers are. Thank you for watching. Please, I ask you to help support this channel and our independent thinking, that you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. We will see you in the next video.